at a percentage. Oh boy, I don't even know. Now I don't really know what's going on. Oh wait, now you're going to add letters into the mix? I'm done. I'm finished. I'm done with my mathematical education. What do I need to be when I grow up that doesn't revolve or involve math? Okay. Oh, I'll be a Bible teacher. I'll be a pastor. I'll study theology and philosophy because I don't need to count anything. Okay. So, so when I'm looking at all of these structures like that, A, B, C, X, B, A, I feel like, oh boy, I'm getting into some kind of math here, but not. This is diagramming the structure of this. So make sure you understand that. So Joel 3, 17 through 21. This is it has 7 parts. That's according to them, 7 parts. Now let me make sure I go through this. A, B, C. Those are the three main ideas. A, B, C. X, an idea is inserted, and then B, C, or C, B, A is the 3 ideas that were first stated, the A, B, C, but now in reverse order. Here is how this verse passage reads. Then you will know that I, the Lord your God, dwell in Zion, my holy hill. Jerusalem will be holy. Never again will foreigners invade her. In that day, the mountains will drip new wine and the hills will flow with milk. All the ravines of Judah will run with water. A fountain will flow out of the Lord's house and will water in the valley of Acacias. But Egypt will be desolate. Edom, a desert waste. Because of violence done to the people of Judah, and whose land they shed innocent blood, Judah will be inhabited forever, and Jerusalem through all generations. Shall I leave their innocent blood unavenged? No, I will not. The Lord dwells in Zion. All right, now there's a lot to take apart in that passage, and I would rather dig in and start trying to exegete the passage and interpret the passage and raise all the different interpretive questions, but they want us to focus on the chiastic structure. And again, they believe this has 7 parts. These ideas presented in this prophecy follow this arrangement. All right, verse 17a, God dwells in Zion. All right, look at that verse. Then you will know that I, the Lord your God, dwell in Zion. So God dwells in Zion. All right, that's A. In the chiastic structure, that's A. B, verse 17b, Jerusalem will be holy. All right, they have verse 17, Jerusalem is holy. Now right there, I've got to stop them and go, wait a minute. God dwells in Zion. That is spoken of as occurring right in the present. The Lord your God dwell in Zion. It's true, but Jerusalem will be holy. That is making an argument that's future. They write it in their explanation of the chiastic structure as Jerusalem is holy. Now, right there, I'd be like, wait a minute. Is Joel chapter 3 saying that Jerusalem is holy or that it will be holy? According to the translation they're using, it says Jerusalem will be holy. But then they have Jerusalem is holy. See, if you get so caught up in the chiastic structure that you start making it say something that the text doesn't seem to support, right? I mean, it's just amazing that they have Jerusalem is holy. I go right back up to the verse, Jerusalem will be holy. Are you saying that this prophecy has already been fulfilled and Jerusalem is holy now? Are you saying that's referring to a different Jerusalem? What Jerusalem is this referring to? The city? Something spirit? But see, this is the things that the people do here, all right? They continue. So A is God dwells in Zion. B, according to them, Jerusalem is holy. C, foreign invaders are banished, all right? Jerusalem will be holy. Never again will foreigners invade her. Again, that seems to be a future promise, right? But they have it as C, foreign invaders are banished. Verse 17c. So that's how they have 3 ideas. God dwells in Zion. Jerusalem is holy. Foreign invaders are banished. All right. Now, X. Verse 18. The blessings of the kingdom. In that day, the mountains will drip new wine, and the hills will flow with milk. All the ravines of Judah will run with water. A fountain will flow out of the Lord's house, and will water the valley of Acacias. But Egypt, stop right there. Yes, okay, stop right there. That's the blessings of the kingdom. Now again, that by stating that's the kingdom, they're offering an interpretation. See, that's an interpretation, that's not an observation, right? You can call this blessings, right? In that day, whatever the day is, what are the blessings? Mountains will drip new wine, the hills will flow with milk, all the ravines of Judah will run with water, a fountain will flow out of the Lord's house and will water the valley of Acacias. All right? Those are the blessings. By saying the blessings of the kingdom, that's offering an interpretation. Now, if you're going to look out for chiastic structures and chiasms in the Bible, don't insert your interpretation into the structure. The structure is used for you to do observation of the text. This is what drives me crazy about so many outlines and so many books. An outline is supposed to be an observation of what's in the text. An outline is not supposed to be an interpretation of the text. You observe the text, determine it, try to figure out what the text is actually saying, and then you interpret. Outlining is observation. They're trying to determine the chiastic structure, and they're inserting an interpretation. Clearly, they're saying that that's in the kingdom. What kingdom are they referring to? Most likely, they believe in a millennial kingdom, okay? Or they believe and that this is all referring to a heavenly kingdom, but it's still offering some kind of interpretation. The text doesn't say kingdom, does it? No, I mean, look at it. Then you will know that I, the Lord your God, dwell in Zion, my holy hill. Doesn't say anything about a kingdom. Jerusalem will be holy. Never again will foreigners invade her. In that day, and whatever day this occurs, the mountains, it doesn't say anything about a kingdom. So now you can make a biblical argument this is referring to the kingdom, but when you're trying to establish the structure, don't insert your interpretive presupposition into the text. This is the stuff that drives me crazy about so many Christian publications, right? Because they're trying to teach you how to identify chiastic structure, and what they're teaching you to do is to misinterpret the Bible is what they're teaching you to do. But let's go through this again. All right. So the ideas presented in this prophecy, remember, they believe that this is a chiastic structure that has 7 parts. A, God dwells in Zion, verse 17. We're looking at Joel 3, 17 through 21. God dwells in Zion. B, Jerusalem is holy. That's their words. It would not be mine because the text says Jerusalem will be holy. C, foreign invaders are banished. All right. This would seem to imply that this is a promise that foreign invaders will never invade her again. All right. And invade Jerusalem. So this seems to be a future promise, but they say invaders are banished. Okay. Again, I don't like the way they're observing that. X, all right. So there's a new idea inserted into the middle of this, of these 3 ideas. The blessings of the kingdom, verse 18. I think there's blessings listed. Then, now they're going to reverse the order. Foreign enemies are destroyed, but Egypt will be desolate. All right. Edom, a desert waste. All right. Because of violence done to the people of Judah, and whose land they shed innocent blood. All right. So there now, foreign invaders are destroyed. Now, please note, even right here, it's weird because in verse 17, when they do this chiastic structure, it's foreign invaders are banished. So how is now foreign enemies are destroyed the same as? I'm already having a struggle because the way we were explained a chiastic structure is you have 3 ideas. Those same 3 ideas are repeated in reverse order. I don't know if what it says about Egypt and Edom is the same thing as never again will foreigners invade her. I don't know if that's the same idea reversed. To me, it's an additional idea. I would have never seen this as a chiasm or a chiastic structure because I see it as an additional idea. No one's ever going to invade her again. That's a future security that no one is ever going to invade her again. And then there are enemies that are going to be destroyed. Now, that may lead to the reason they'll never be invaded again, but to never be invaded again seems to imply not only are current enemies going to be destroyed, no one else will be able to invade in the future. Those to me are separate ideas. Are they related? Yes. I don't see this as the same idea repeated in reverse order. So I'm already calling this chiastic structure into question. See, so even in a more academic discussion of this, there's going to be disagreement. But okay, foreign enemies are destroyed, verse 19. Jerusalem and Judah are preserved, verses 20 and 21. It says, Judah will be inhabited forever, and Jerusalem through all generations. Shall I leave their innocent blood unavenged? No, I will not. And then the Lord dwells in Zion, and then they have God dwells in Zion. Man, that's a difficult one. They're calling this a chiasm. They say it's 7 parts, Joel 3:17-21. I would really have to think this one through. They end it with this. Other passages that provide examples of chiasms include, here are the ones they believe include chiasms. Are you ready? Number 1, Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 3, all the way through chapter 12, verse 2. Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 3, all the way through chapter 12, verse 2. That would be it. I don't know if those are... I would have to look at that section. How many, is it one big chiastic structure? How many parts would that be? Next, Genesis chapter 6 through chapter 9. So I'm assuming they believe that this section is filled with individual chiasms. There's no way that's just one big chiastic structure. Genesis 6 through 9. That's interesting. If Genesis 6 through 9, if that entire section is filled with chiastic structure, that would be interesting to look at. Amos chapter 5, verse 4 through verse 6a. Isaiah chapter 1, verses 21 through 26. Joshua chapter 1, verse 5 through 9. Chiastic patterns in the Bible are just one more example of the richness and complexity of God's inspired word. And that is how they conclude their article on chiasms and chiastic structure. Now, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to post that entire article in the Sermon and Bible Study Notes section on the VBC 66 app so that you can work through that yourself. Second thing so that's the first thing. Second thing, all right, so it's not necessarily the first thing I'm going to do. It's the first thing I want you to remember. That entire article will be posted so that you can read it for yourself and you can work through this idea. Second, this is important. If you are a Christian, even if you're not a Christian, if you are interested in trying to understand the Bible, you have to learn hermeneutical ideas and principles that are required in trying to interpret the Bible. And understanding chiasms and chiastic structure, it's important because it shows up in all forms of different forms of literary works, and it shows up in the Bible. We've got to be able to identify when a true chiastic structure is present and then ask ourselves, why is this written in a chiastic way? And how do I do it? Does this change the way I interpret it? Or is this simply used to emphasize something, right? Hey, here's the idea. Here's the idea in reverse. Is it used to emphasize something? Is it used to make a point? It's one thing to identify the structure. We just want to make sure we don't use the structure to then come up with a wrong understanding of the Bible, right? But it's important that I want to stress to you, this is important for you to figure out. All right, next thing that we need to consider here. Nowhere in the more academic article there, and when I say academic, it's far more academic than in the little booklet, their explanation of a chiasm, because they didn't do a very good job. So it's more academic than that. Obviously, there's far more academic works on chiastic structures in the Bible. But here's the thing we have not had answered. Because let me just show you what they do in this booklet. Genesis 1:15. Then God made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. Revelation 22:5. There shall be no night there. They need no lamp nor light of the sun, for the Lord God gives them light. Stop. They call that a chiasm. Genesis 1:15, then God made the 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. Revelation 22:5, there shall be no night there. They need no lamp nor light of the sun, for the Lord God gives them light. Now, is that a chiasm? Is that a chiastic structure? One, is it?